Stamp Wars, Episode 4, A Good Boy.
Yeah, this is the one where Stamp finally gets in the robot. Also, I gotta say, I love those elevators that go at a diagonal.
Through here and straight on to Reactor 5.
You make it sound so simple.
Only 'cause it is.
Ooh.
That there's the reactor support pillar.
So what's the plan?
Bomb. Big bomb.
After plan E comes F, G, and then H.
Thought E was the last.
Cloud, honey, there's way more letters in the alphabet.
We cut through section G and head for H.
A cargo platform in H will get us closer to the reactor. Biggs should be somewhere over there. Looks like the sun's going down on Midgar.
Right. Double time. We got a date with the reactor.
So yeah, now we're on the scaffolding that is hanging on the underside of the plate. So we're like...
You're the pizza crust.
Yeah, we are the pizza crust.
You're the, like, cornmeal that keeps it from sticking.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, we're on the cornmeal of the pizza.
Nothing but air below us.
Shut up and move.
Just don't look down, okay?
Easy for you to say.
Cornmeal that's like 300 meters up in the air, but still cornmeal.
Section G's through here, huh?
You guys go do your thing. I'm gonna open treasure chests. There's an energy drink in here. Come on, guys.
If you're really cool, you'll just do a running jump.
He really could if he wanted to.
You have jumped much farther than that.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's, there must be some extra hidden meter, like there, you know, there's MP for magic, there's gotta be like jump points or something. He's saving them. And nothing can replenish them other than sleep.
This ought to open it. No good?
All right, time to cut the door in
It's
half.
power, I think.
That looks more like what we need.
Control room.
Let's check it out.
That's another meter. Slash points.
Maybe no one uses that entrance.
I'm getting the feeling no one's come down here for a long time.
No plate inspectors, huh?
Plate inspectors, for when the plate does crimes.
It's mostly just dropping stuff from the top of the plate down below.
Giving you a citation
Doesn't look
plate.
good.
Think it works?
Error. Insufficient power.
Of course.
Hey guys, look at this. Instructions for dealing with a power shortage.
It looks like a
The lights.
puzzle.
And we free up power for the gate and other stuff.
Sun lamps. You think these are the plate suns? The closest thing we have to the real thing.
Gotta put out a sun just to open the gate, huh?
But if we go through with it, the grounders in Sector 4 will suffer.
The sun is setting anyway.
Sun's
Yeah, but for
going out
anybody to
good.
come back and flip the switch, they have to do a bunch of random encounters with big bugs.
Oh man,
Let's go.
curfew is 15 minutes earlier tonight. Dang.
Ah, damn it.
All these lamps. You'd think they'd be able to balance the load by now, though.
Maybe. If the maintenance guys or whoever weren't playing hooky.
The lamps are important, but when you think how much Mako it must take to keep them running.
A plate inspector will show up and turn it back on later.
Yeah.
The one plate inspector that I assume Shinra employs.
Yes, Plate Inspector Clouseau.
That's gotta be one. Man, look at the size of it.
That a console I see near the top of that ladder? A, pretty tall ladder, too.
I'll go.
Okay, we'll wait down here.
This is why Barrett lives in the Undercity. It's just the heights thing.
Yeah, totally. Even when he's on completely stable ground, it's just the idea that he's 300 meters up. Also, I worry about Cloud picking up potions from the chests in this area because it seems like the maintenance crew does not come down here very often, which leads me to think these drinks are probably really expired and gross. Also, at this point, 3 potions is already not really anything super useful. It's just to patch up like really minor wounds at this point.
They don't get less useful. You just develop a tolerance.
Emergency power supply
Yeah.
confirmed. Disengaging.
I have potion-resistant wounds.
Okay, that's that.
Drank too many potions.
Great job, Cloud.
Square Enix has sold actual potion energy drinks in the past, of course. I've never tried them. I imagine that they probably taste something like Ball's energy drink. That's just what I've always assumed for some reason.
It becomes a high potion when you put in a little CBD oil.
It's a good trick.
Doesn't do anything, but they can sell it for triple.
Yeah.
Next stop, Section G.
Yep. And after that, Reactor 5. Not again.
Great. I'm sure those things will welcome us just as warmly as before. So, tell you what, the rot runs deep in this damn pizza.
It's not what I want to hear about a pizza ever.
Oh man, rot running deep in a pizza. How did that happen?
It's not one of those pizzas where you can just scrape the rot off the top and the rest is
No,
fine.
it's inside. It's a pizza with stuffed crust rot. How did that happen? Who put sewage in my pizza crust?
Wait a minute, that's not rot. That's just mushrooms. Come on, you got. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So beating up the crab warden, he drops the metal knuckles, which is a new weapon for Tifa. The metal knuckles
Is the villain of the next Sonic game, Metal Knuckles.
Oh, hell yeah. Also, there's an upgrade for it here that if Tifa is ever punching enemies from the back, they take an extra 10% damage.
Yes. So she's better at literally kicking their butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the metal knuckles, out of all of the weapons she get, are after getting all of the upgrades, is the weapon of hers that has the highest attack stat. So if you just want to be a really strong physical attacker, you want the metal knuckles. Yeah, like her attack goes up to 142 with these knuckles,
Dang.
which is way higher than anybody else. Like, Barrett doesn't even hit 100, and I'm not sure if Cloud does either at this point. No, he's at 95, yeah. She has way higher attack than anybody else. She punches extremely hard. Yeah, along with her new weapon, of course, means it comes with a new ability for her to use. It's a really cool-looking ability.
Don't mind us, y'all. Just passing through.
So yeah, the new ability she gets is called Overpower. Tifa doesn't have any moves for increasing stagger yet, but with this Overpower move, she can make enemies easier to get into a pressured state.
Okay.
So if you hit an enemy with Overpower, one, it's like a really cool spinning drill kick.
Which is its own reward.
It truly is. It's really cool looking. But once you hit an enemy with Overpower, you want to then hit them with basic melee attacks because it will very frequently cause them to become pressured very quickly. This also works on stronger enemies and bosses, but they might have to get hit with Overpower several times before you can pressure them. But yeah, while it's not filling up the stagger gauge a ton, it can help fill it up faster just by getting into a pressured state earlier than they would normally go into. And yeah, it looks really fucking cool. I use it all the time, even if I don't really need to, just because it's so neat. And yeah, of course, the proficiency bonus is just hitting enemies with a basic attack after using Overpowers so that you can understand what it does. But yeah, you can learn it super quick. I like the whole like permanently learning abilities system, which is a thing they had back in Final Fantasy IX. You could do that, but this game does it better than 9 because in 9 you had to grind for a long time to learn some abilities.
They busted?
Powered down is my guess.
Lucky us, am I right? One less thing for us to worry about.
Also, my kind of bad luck streak regarding Moogle medals continues into this episode.
Filling the air that we gotta breathe with their shit.
Monsters sure seem to like it. What's up with that?
It's like in the tunnels. They get twisted by the Mako, but it all goes back to Shinra.
These enemies are also from the original. They're fish that fly. They're weird flying fish.
They're fish. They're fish.
They're just big fish, but they fly. They have weird pokey stomachs.
They like to huff planet farts. That's cool.
Yeah, they love it.
And
Great.
You got some bad stuff. Some nondescript bad things. Hazardous to what? Oh.
Yeah, it's that's another attack item where if you chuck it, it can poison enemies, even if you don't have a poison spell or anything. But yeah, I think that might be literally the only canister of hazardous material in the game. It's really weird. Yeah, just like the railway that we just went through, this area is also an area that you pass through in like a matter of 5 minutes originally. It was just a background you saw quickly before going to the reactor. But hey, we got a new type of orb, a blorb.
Oh, I love a good lorb.
Give me that blorb.
Blorb. I really gotta standardize these. You're right. I think blorb. Yeah.
I think blorb is pretty good.
You okay?
Yeah.
Ha! Going for that materia, weren't you?
So close, and yet so far. This path's no good now.
I'm sure there's another way to get there.
I've been saving up my JP.
Nothing we can do but search.
And when we find it, we can finally snag that materia.
I enjoy how much the game taunts the player for wanting the shiny new materia.
To the point that you have to get comforted by your childhood friend.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll come across stuff like this where it's like, oh, I want to get that, but I was denied it. And they get labeled on your map as like a little side quest, so you don't forget about it. And also to the point, like, if you are about to leave this dungeon and you haven't picked that up yet, Barrett will like have special dialogues like, hey, what about that thing? You want it, right?
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Cloud, it's a whole blorb. You don't have a single blorb yet. What do blue ones even do, Cloud?
Who knows?
Mystery of the blorb.
Why are you looking down? That's the one thing they tell you not to do.
But it's such a big vista.
Piece of cake right here.
You should rush as fast as you can to skip right into combat so that Barrett will just jump and leap forward, abandoning his fears.
Yeah, gotta help Barrett get over this. Yeah, like I pointed out in an earlier episode, like, you know, those apartment doors, with Cloud's apartment that were super blurry and the texture never loads in right. There are some other areas in this game later on that have some graphical issues. The skybox here, the whole city, is one of those. It's noticeably lower resolution than all the other skyboxes of Midgar for some reason. It's weird.
You know the best way to not get lost is to believe that you're not. Mind over matter.
Isn't that from one of Marlene's books?
Yep, one of her favorites. Loves it when I read it to her before bedtime. Doing all the voices.
Life in the Endless Maze. Am I right? I remember.
What are all of I would love to hear any of Barrett's voices.
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure every character in that book sounds exactly like Barrett.
Yeah, I think the only real difference in the voices he can do is just how much he is shouting.
He thinks they sound different, and that's mind over matter right there.
Yeah.
A remedy, a non-specific remedy.
Ah, yes. It's so non-specific because it can cure any status effect in the game.
In case you encounter some form of hazardous material.
Oh man, I hate it when it happens. Also, I do like that from this view right here, you can see a little bit beyond Midgar.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, we saw that at the very beginning of the intro to this game.
Great big wasteland, yeah.
Midgar is just built on fucking just waste.
It's not the most realistic.
Hey, let's take a moment to
I
get
guess
our bearings.
whatever natural resource the ancient founders found, it has long been dried up, I guess.
We're still in G, right?
Yeah, and to reach Mako Reactor 5, we need to go through Section H.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't spot a connecting catwalk to Section H. Did you?
Well, we could always do another lap.
Go for 10, why don't you?
The only other route that I can think of would be...
Grappling hook.
Ooh.
Maybe go up to come down.
Along the wall.
Up for giving it a try? It might not work out, but it's the only idea I've got.
It's not a bad one.
So we're shooting for those giant fans way over there? Okay. At least we've got a clear landmark to guide us.
It has now been communicated to you, the player.
Those ventilation fans?
Keeping the plate's air clean by pushing the smog into the slums. Whole system's designed to make shit roll downhill faster.
They have a good amount of dialogue like that for this specific dungeon, just because if they didn't, this area could be a little genuinely confusing to navigate.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's the weird fish.
Hey, it's the fish. That's a fish.
They're called blue goos. The bubbles they spit, if you get hit by it and you're not blocking it, will make you fall asleep like Cloud did here.
Oh no! Sleepy fish.
To wake up, you know, you can use items to cure it, like remedies and stuff, but otherwise you just have to wait for sleep to run out, or if you get hit by an attack that hits hard enough, it'll wake you out of it.
That's doing right.
Anyways, here's a blue goo.
You're making Chadley so happy with all this assess materia use.
I know. Chadley's gonna have so much battle data about fish.
With rockin' beards. I love how shiny the top of fish is.
I like how jiggly the spikes are, too.
Yeah. It looks like ferrofluid.
Yeah, it does, actually. Yeah, a weird thing, you know, we're fighting the blue goo here. This is the only point in this entire dungeon where you fight them. Mm-hmm. I've always wondered if that was a bug or just
no, it's a
oversight.
fish. No, there is a bug. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, I just always wondered, like, was there a mistake or something where more blue goo was supposed to show up? Because I wanted to fight more just because I like their design. They were just another enemy from the original game. It's just like, that's weird. What's that fish doing here?
I feel like a lot of the infrastructure troubles of Midgar would be solved if they only had one plate instead of this double-decker system.
Yeah.
Seems to be causing more problems than it's ever solved. Maybe some high-density housing instead of a whole second city on top of your city.
Yeah. I've always assumed that, you know, they built the upper plate afterwards. Mm-hmm. But I've always wondered if they actually built this thing really high up just because it's like, fuck, look at this, we could do it, it's cool. And then eventually poor people had to filter down there.
Midgar, the famous city on stilts.
Hey, look! I think we can climb onto that pipe.
Sure seems that way.
I feel no fear. Yeah, no fear. No fear. No fear. No fear. Ooh, no fear. Little fear. Hey guys, you know, these fans are really loud and...
You chickening out?
Hell no! I'm just worried that your bony ass is gonna get blown off the side and shit.
Enough! We gotta keep moving.
Okay then. Follow me. No worse than a windy day, huh?
One with a tornado warning, maybe? Don't look at the fan, whatever you do.
Right.
I mean, honestly, Tifa is probably the one that would blow away first. Just have her grab onto one of Barrett's arms, and he'll be her anchor.
The real problem is I brought my sailboat from home, and I'm afraid it might catch the wind.
Also, hiding behind that fan.
Hey, what's that behind the fan over there?
Isn't that...
Ooh, a door.
Hey, don't be a dumbass.
You gotta get the door.
Tifa told you not to look at the
You only
fan.
have one. Your angry friend needs a companion. Maybe then he will chill. But not too chill. I do still want fire attacks.
You gotta keep the anger at work and do stuff at home to stay calm.
My next summon is woodworking.
Think that took a couple years off my life. I mean, not really. A couple seconds, maybe. 3 tops.
Ifrit's tried a lot of things at home to keep him calm, but it's just not working out so far.
Tried listening to the stamp song and did not work.
No.
Section H is just up ahead. Slow and steady, guys.
And that's our objective?
The cargo platform? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one.
This is it. The cargo platform Biggs was talking about. Let's not keep him waiting.
Error. Insufficient power.
You're kidding me.
Needs 3 lights worth, looks like.
But that's all of them, isn't it?
I love how power inefficient this shit is.
Let's regroup here if we get lost.
That all these lamps are
Remember
only
the
capable of powering
H1 sign.
a door and an elevator.
Right.
Let's see now.
I like that
Closest light
Team
on
Mom
me.
Tifa is pointing out, you know, the sign, like you're remembering your parking space at Six Flags.
By the light of these magnificent lamps, we shall lead our brothers and sisters of the Undercity to a brighter future.
Say what?
It's from a speech President Shinra gave talking up the importance of the sun lamps.
Brighter future my ass. Shinra's leading us down a one-way path to darkness and death.
See, now Tifa can do voices. I'm imagining Tifa must also read the same storybooks to Marlene. And she probably does it way better than Barrett does.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys, gotta wait your turn. Okay, let's go. Too busy.
They've just been pounding energy drinks the whole time, though.
So yeah, now you can buy smelling salts. These are specifically just to cure sleep. And also that leather bracelet we found in a chest, you can just buy those now. So we're gonna get a second one, slap it on Cloud, because his star bracelet that we've been using for the extra slot has been made redundant.
Mm-hmm.
His leather bracelet is just way better.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to power the cargo elevator, but there's a couple other elevators as well that are missing power.
Error. Insufficient power.
Well, you don't
We
have
need
to be
to
so
disable our
snide
lamp
about
first.
it. What was that voice? Neener. You can't touch my buttons.
Shinra really is just that evil down to the smallest aspect. They will make all of their elevators assholes. Anytime you use an elevator in Midgar, it's never like 8th floor. It's always like 8th floor, get the fuck off. Give me money. Yeah, you have to pay to use the elevator now. There's a coin slot by the button.
And it takes forever because you're waiting for that whole exchange to happen 3 times before you get to your floor.
Yeah. I really appreciate all the green and red neon tube lights they put on the staircases. Also, I mentioned previously that some characters, especially Tifa, can be played a little bit more like a character from a Platinum game. It's still going to be a little bit before we can do that. We need certain abilities to pull off some of those fancy moves, but even from the get-go, when you attack in this game, you do have to kind of commit to the attack animations a little bit, but Tifa is so fast that you can actually cancel out the ending lag of some of her animations by dodging after the attack lands. Still lots of poison-related stuff happening. I'm very happy that for some reason, almost any time these guys went to poison somebody, they always went for Barrett.
There's the
Maybe it's because he's just the easiest to hit.
He's a big target. He's a very broad fella.
So I've seen people remark on this a couple times in previous episodes, that Tifa's personality is different than they expected. And this is because, just like how Cloud in later media and cameos kind of got overwritten as just being cool, aloof anime guy with a big sword, Tifa sometimes gets overwritten as being just brash punch woman, even though she is not that at all in the original or the remake. Frequently, people mistake her personality for that of a character we'll meet later on in the game. So it's really nice to see them nail the character stuff.
There you go. It's nighttime. Go to bed. Go the fuck to bed.
Everyone in the slums works like
Rewind power. Please
parakeets. He just Lights off, immediately go to sleep.
That's one
When
down.
you're done with this operation, you're gonna get back
Only
down
2
there
more
and people are
lights to
just
go.
passed out in the streets.
Good thing I bought all these smelling salts.
Reinitializing intrusion prevention system.
Intrusion prevention?
Back online because of us.
No need to fret, y'all. A few rusty mechs ain't gonna keep us from reaching the reactor.
Where the fuck is Biggs?
Biggs,
Biggs, you're late.
can't you meet us halfway?
We gotta flip a bunch of switches, and every time we do, the switch is an asshole. Biggs.
Intruders detected.
Also,
Engaging
wait a minute,
action.
Biggs, how did you get to where you are on the other side of this place? From a different route?
Cloud! Hang
Did
back
you
while I deal with
turn
these
all the
bastards.
sun lamps back on after you yourself did the sun lamps puzzle? I got questions.
It seemed like the polite thing to do.
Was never in doubt.
Just made our lives a lot harder.
We restored power to more than just security, remember?
Yeah, now we can start moving walkways around and stuff.
We can move this catwalk.
Oh, on the catwalk? Baby, yeah?
Ooh,
Yeah! Lined it
Yeah.
up perfect.
Now let's go shake our little tush on the catwalk.
Barrett has no sense of secrets in video games. Clearly, if you can still move it further in that direction, you gotta keep going. Come on, Barrett.
Orb, 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 orb.
Oh, please give me the orb. I got a Moogle medal. That's all right. Oh, no orb. We did get a turbo ether, though.
Hell yes. We're gonna get ethered even faster.
Turbo. So yeah, while normal ethers restore 20 MP, turbo ethers just give you all of your MP back, regardless of how much you got. There is no like high ether. It's just ethers and
Think
turbo.
back. Anybody see a connecting catwalk?
Oh, you mean this one?
that we just used.
I'm using like a crane game. Except it picks up us.
A reverse crane game.
Oh.
Which way to the
It says
next
here
light?
the reverse crane game was built in Soviet Russia. I'm not entirely sure what
At
that
least we
means.
know where
But
the big ass things are.
Oh no. Those jokes exist even in this world? Damn it. Get away. Please stop.
yeah, there's a Branson sector in Midgard. Yakov Smirnov performing a gold market or whatever. Why not?
If this is what you
Some
want.
more weird new enemies. They're really big, pissed off seahorses. Also from the original game.
This does a lot to communicate that messing with Mako is a bad idea, because you wind up with this?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
It's not even just like, oh, this fish can fly and is a little bigger. Like, this is a fucking tiny seahorse. It's
Allow
big
me.
enough that you can see its rib cage. It can float. What is going on? Yeah, the Terps Occults, they have this thing where if you attack them a certain amount, they will eventually start spinning really fast, and they'll start flying around while spinning. And if you try to attack them like this, you know, they're spinning around, try to hit them now, your attacks will barely do any damage, and you'll just bounce off of them. The only way to knock them out of this is you gotta hit them with something ranged, like magic or Barrett's attacks. Do enough damage that way, and it stops them from spinning, and they'll also be pressured when they stop spinning.
Fire in one off!
Mia, bring it!
Ah!
They just fucking spin.
Gotta love it.
That makes more sense than a real seahorse, actually. Never mind. I take it back. Mako's good, actually.
I love my big seahorse friend.
Mako good, seahorse bad. Fuck seahorses.
Ain't got nothing on me.
Terps Occults are my friend now.
Yeah.
Also the healing materia leveled up, so now we got Kira, which heals a little bit more than like double, I think.
Hey. Whoa.
Extra glowy and green. What's that feel like to be hit with with magic that just heals wounds like that?
It feels the way that drinking a Coke in a Coke commercial looks.
Oh man, that's exactly what I hoped for. Nothing could be as refreshing as that.
And it has the incredible feeling of...
God, if only everyone did that when they got hit with that spell. And no explanation either. You just have to suss out what that means.
Oh, you really? You want to turn off the lamp? Fine. This message brought to you by Shinra.
And that makes 2 lights down.
Meaning we've only got one left.
The end's in sight, y'all.
Should be able to climb down from here.
I think Tifa is stuck in teaching math to Marlene mode.
It's a hole, right?
Got the Sector 4 slums down there?
Huh? You want to check them out sometime? I can show you around.
We'll check them out now if we fall.
I mean, Tifa did promise to have a fun night out together, and we haven't been able to do that yet.
It's true.
Also, a plorb in a really weird spot.
Orb.
How do you get that plorb?
Oh, there are 3 unseized orbs.
Right? This whole dungeon is just about teasing you with orbs and not giving them to you.
I'm having orb anxiety.
Oh, man.
Power's on.
I need at least 1 orb. Come on.
Give me my fix, my round glowy fix.
Also, the game really wants to make sure your party members don't get separated from you, so they always get teleported in this elevator, even if they're already there.
Where is this updraft coming from that is just
Think they'll
juggling
miss
her
those
hair?
Fleet Sons?
I say the real sun's the only one we need. To hell with Shinra and their night lights.
I mean, it's sort of a daylight, really.
Intruders detected. Engaging countermeasures.
Timothy Dalton around there?
I'm waiting.
Because we're taking out the last living daylights. Oh.
I got your number.
Even more sentry guns. They're just mini guns on stands. They work the same as those rocket launcher turrets from the previous episode. Not nearly as annoying as the missile launchers, though, gotta say.
Freeze. It's on you.
Guess it's my turn.
I love how so many of Barrett's animations, like Overcharge and some of his other attacks, like when he fires a really big blast from his gun, it like physically pushes him back.
Yes. Yes,
Like
yes,
he skids
yes.
backwards. That's so good.
Coming at you hard.
Also the way he
Not
casts
bad.
spells, like he is an anime man.
Yeah.
I love the very Dragon Ball spell slinging.
We're right back where we started. Where was that last light again?
Yeah, so we got all but 1 lamp turned off. So now there's enough power for this other elevator.
Is that just a pair of boots sitting out in the middle of the floor?
You know, I don't know.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, could they be going? Embarking on an adventure to find some treasure?
Wonder if that singing is actually capable of putting Marlene to sleep.
It's capable of making her pretend to be asleep so he will stop.
Ventilation system service mode active. Access maintenance terminal to complete procedure.
If you think that'll help.
If only we had many machines that let you buy energy drinks and music.
That's how you can tell it's a Japanese game.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the second new arrangement of the Chocobo theme. This one probably being the closest being faithful to the Chocobo theme from the original game. I love the art of the Chocobo surfing.
It's very good. Also, the leg band, just because the Chocobo doesn't want to lose its surfboard.
Yeah. I mean, it would especially suck because you don't got hands to pick it back up.
Yeah.
It's got to stay strapped to him. All right. Maybe this will get us an orb.
Does this control the fans?
The fans even look like 3 disappointed, smug faces.
We stop it?
Dorb.
Switching ventilation system to maintenance mode. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated time limit.
Man, what are we even doing?
Shinra better be paying us to blow them up after this.
Yeah, we got a minute to fix the problem, which is a big fucking bug.
Oh.
And robots.
Oh, okay.
Take the lead.
Yeah. Yeah. A minute to clear these 3 enemies out. Can be a little tough just because the Queen Grass Strike is kind of a beefy enemy. And also kind of in a tight quarters to fight this guy. It's easier to get hit by him.
Yeah.
You got this!
Let me handle
Bundle
it.
up.
You're mine!
Bear is still just slightly in his I'm in a spider web animation. Couldn't do anything with him.
Firing one off!
Yeah, if you just work on staggering the Grass Strike, you can do this pretty quickly. Kind of took my time just to be sure I would do it right. I fucked this up the first couple of times because I was kind of out of practice.
There! Bring it! It's over!
The timer keeps going, you gotta run.
Oh my god.
First time I did this, the timer kept going. I was like, what the fuck do I do? Oh no!
Access granted. Disengaging time lock.
That is tricky. That's
Yeah.
That's not what you expect the video game to do.
Finally, a
the
door.
Dorb.
Please. I would love a new summon friend.
Yes.
This is summoning material.
Wow.
What kind of badass will pop out of this one?
We'll see.
Yeah. Very excited about a cool badass thing coming out of that materia. Well, it's a chocobo, and it's a Moogle that's riding the chocobo.
Hell yes. I do want to ride that chocobo.
Yeah, and of course, you know, summons you can't use in every battle, so it'll be a little bit before we get to see them in action. But, yeah, it's a Moogle riding chocobo. It's pretty good. This summon was the very first summon you could get in the original 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very cute.
The Moogle design is very koala bear from that quick shot you get out of it.
Yeah, the Moogles in design kind of vary a little bit. Yeah, the ones in 7 are far more of like actual koala bears, with like kind of the carrot-shaped nose instead of just big like the big just circular nose. The Moogles in Final Fantasy 12 are really different. They got they're a little more rodent-like, and they're just like an actual just entire race of like people all over the place in 12. They aren't like fairies like they frequently are. Whoop. Hello.
Now how does that feel to suddenly be teleported by
Oh, disorienting. All right, 1 orb down.
H1? This is where we parked.
Man, I bought this goldfish, but I cannot find this car. It's gonna die. Please, where did we park? We're carrying all this heavy shit we bought in the mall.
Almost done. It's a shame we had to wander around so much.
Well, no stamps here to guide us. No Jesse or Wedge to back us up neither.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what should we tell Biggs? I don't want him to worry.
So if you're really into like corporate propaganda, does that make you a stamp collector?
Yes, it does. In fact.
A philatelist, I think.
You taking a detour? Well, I did.
Again, Barrett. No sense for secrets.
Barrett staunchly refuses to break the fourth wall. He does not even know what a video game is.
Give them hell.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, 2 queens at once. Kind of a hard fight. Something I haven't brought up before. When you're fighting groups of enemies, you know, they'll generally spread out and try to attack all of your party members. But the way aggro in this game usually works is enemies are far more likely to target whatever character you are currently controlling.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're ever playing a character who's low on health or getting their ass kicked or whatever, and you want to get the enemies off them, you want to switch characters. Because the enemies will start going to whoever else you switch to. Speaking of, I need to... Let's switch away from Tifa. Another thing I haven't explained yet is, you know, your ATB gauge fills up slowly normally. It gets a little boost every time you land and attack somebody. If you're blocking in this game, normally that freezes your ATB gauge entirely.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you block an attack, you get a big boost from that.
Okay.
Finish it.
I like how they did all that because it's a pretty good way to encourage using those the right way.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to just hold down block all the time and turtle up because then you'll never be able to do any cool attacks.
My turn. Here it comes. No holding back.
Also, I haven't parried much recently.
It's
I made
okay.
Cloud.
We still believe in you.
I've made a Cloud enough of a magic user that parrying I've just stopped using for a bit.
And now we see that 2 queens are indeed beat by a 3 of a kind.
Whoa. Shit. It's true. Also, hey. Plorb.
Plorb.
There it is. This one flummoxed me for a little bit until I realized, wait a minute.
Heads up, y'all.
How far does this walkway go down? No, further.
We must go further.
Yes. The Plorb. Within reach.
Send it all the way to the very flat slums. Yeah, reach out and touch that.
Yeah. There's another MP up. It's pretty good. At this point, you can buy the HP and MP up materials from vending machines, but they're really expensive. They're like 2,000 gil a piece. And we barely have like 4 or 5,000, I think, so...
Well, yeah, it's been a long time since you took every bit of gainful employment in an entire sector.
Only for a day.
Maybe that's why they're impoverished, Cloud. You ever think of that?
Yeah.
Blorb.
So this is a very important blorb that you absolutely do not want to miss. There are only 2 of these in the entire game, and you cannot buy these or anything. And they're really important. So this is a whole new mechanic. If you look at Cloud's materia slots, they're all singular slots.
Yes.
If we go down and look at Tifa, her weapon has 2 slots that have a bridge connecting them.
Yes.
Blue materia do not do anything on their own. They only work if they are paired with another materia. And they only work if they're in slots that are linked together. So if we sort some shit around and we take this out. So blue materia are kind of like modifiers to other materia. What we picked up is the elemental materia. So if it's in a linked slot and we link like a fire materia to this elemental thing, all of a sudden all of our physical attacks will have the fire element associated with it.
Fire punching.
Yeah, so Tifa can fire or electricity punch now, and in fact we're going to give her lightning so she can punch with lightning punches. When the elemental materia levels up, it increases the amount of elemental damage you're doing per attack. Right now it's only 8%. That sounds very little, but it's actually a ton because if you're attacking an enemy that's weak to an element, suddenly every basic attack is boosting up their stagger meter.
Right.
Like a good amount. And yeah, the more you level it up, you can eventually get up to 23% elemental damage per hit. This materia also does one other thing. If you have linked slots in your armor instead, elemental materia linked up with, say, a fire materia in an armor slot will mean that you reduce that element's damage you take by half. And if you level that up more, the second level, you'll just take no damage of that linked element, and then when it's maxed out, that element, when you get hit by it, will heal you instead. It's elemental materia in this game. Like, it was cool in the original, but it is absurdly useful in this game. both for staggering and healing.
I'm just really happy that Tifa does have one of every color of the orb rainbow.
Oh yeah, she does. She sure does.
And the way they're arranged is close enough to, like you have them in spectrum order.
Yeah, I did that by accident. I didn't think about doing that. Yeah, that whole system with the linked slots and blue materia that can alter other materia, that's where the materia system like gets really interesting, because once we get some more blue materia, you can make a ton of really weird combos that kind of all feed into each other. It's really fun. I love that aspect of the materia system. Yeah, it takes a long time to level up the elemental materia. But man, if you can get it to where elements heal you, it is so good. Yeah, it's a little hard to see on Tifa because her weapons are just her fists.
Yeah.
But when somebody has an element, that element, like she's got sparks crackling around her fists
Yeah,
now.
she does. Spark
Yeah,
'em up.
it's so cool. And like when she punches enemies now, there'll be like electric sparks flying around everywhere. And like every hit will just be like weakness, weakness, weakness. It's really cool. Yeah, my favorite pairing with Tifa has always been to give her fire fists, just because like when she's running around, you can see the streaks of fire like trailing behind her. It's really neat.
But for now, she's some sort of robot murder machine.
Yeah.
This is the final entry in the Blade Runner trilogy right now.
3.
Fuck on this! Get your ass out of here!
Again, I feel like Bear is far more likely to shout "suck on this" to weird mutated creatures, specifically.
Hey, don't kick shame.
I just like seahorses. Okay?
The male has the babies, Cloud.
I find that part particularly fascinating. I don't know why Barrett has this voice all of a sudden. Hey, Cloud!
Hey, Cloud, my name's Barrett.
Wow, he really is good at voices. We picked up a new mesmeric armlet.
I decided to let you know the real me.
Oh, jeez. It really was a front this whole time. This armlet has really bad physical defense, but really good magic defense, so we'll slap that on Cloud. And since we did that, we'll just grab that bracer that Cloud previously had, so we can give Tifa some more orbs.
Yes.
Yeah, give her the deadly dodge back, because I just didn't have room for it, but I really like the roundhouse kick that she does with the deadly dodge.
Where the fuck are you, Biggs? Is Biggs dead? I think Biggs is dead. True to his namesake, Biggs is fucking dead.
Just hard cut to a cutscene of Biggs just falling into a shanty.
Better be.
Okay, let's head on back to the H1 sign.
I really enjoy that sometimes your party members just accidentally bump into each other and just like, ooh, shit. Sorry.
I hope that Jessie's injury isn't anything serious.
The best thing you can do to speed her recovery is to kick Shinra ass in her stead.
I know. And Cloud's got to cover for Wedge, too.
It's really easy to miss, but there's many times in this game, especially earlier on, where party members are saying something and mention Cloud in it, and there's a extremely hard to hear, barely audible acknowledgement that comes from Cloud where he just goes like, huh.
When do we link up with Biggs?
Soon enough, don't you worry.
He knew we might be late, so he came up with a few ways to kill time.
We ought to reach him long before he dies aboard.
What, did he bring a Switch? Is he really good at yo-yoing?
He has a backpack with 6 books.
I bet Biggs knits. That's what he does.
Hey, can you teach my friend Ifrit?
And we're back at the cargo platform.
Get ready, Mako Reactor 5. We're coming.
Auxiliary power supply confirmed. Reactivating cargo platform.
Yeah, don't be snippy with me.
Cargo platform activated. Awaiting input.
If you're man enough, whoa, 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 whoa.
So long,
It's
Underlay.
uncalled for.
I hate you too.
I don't got time to unpack everything you just said, elevator.
Press my button if you got the fucking balls for it, dick.
Who programmed you?
Wonder what the reactor's like.
Dark, dismal. A slaughterhouse where they butcher the planet.
It also doesn't smell very nice.
Then there's the smell.
Oh, hey, how about that?
Be ready for it.
Right.
Hear that, guys? It's the reactor calling us. Beckoning us saying, bring it on, Avalanche.
And it's just as rude as all the, like, little intercoms here for some reason.
That's how you can tell it's all connected. It's one big system.
God, who will I choose?
All right, watch and learn. Not good enough.
Watch and
Jesus
learn
Christ.
how to take 8 rockets to the gut.
Little pick-me-up.
Yeah, I always enjoy
Ain't no thing.
any game, truly, where you can take a ton of rockets to the chest.
I mean, I watched, but I'm not entirely sure what I was meant to learn.
That thunder I hear.
Barrett had a technique you were supposed to look out for. It's the specific way you puff out your chest to deflect explosions. It's part of Steelskin, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, gotcha.
Steady.
Whoop. Missile to the face.
Watch yourself.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Coming at you.
Just take an energy drink. You're good.
Want some more?
Yeah, like you pointed out, Barrett's animation for animation for casting spells.
It's so good.
I haven't done much cast. I've literally only cast, I think, one spell of Tifa so far. When we were fighting that ridiculously buff dog before. Yeah, I really enjoy the amount of character that they put into everyone's animations, even for like doing the same thing and how different they are from each other. Tifa's got like a really nice, big, like fancy flourish to hers, where she does a big, she does like a big spin before she like pitches it like a baseball.
All I'm saying is Barrett definitely had a Dragon Ball Z button-up silk shirt in high school.
Yeah.
And when it came time to you know, be an inspirational hero, that's what he's drawing on.
Oh, man. Fortunately, that limit break barely did any damage because these things are resistant to physical attacks. Oh well. It still looked cool, Barrett.
Good job, buddy.
It's actually possible to bypass that physical attack resistance some enemies have, and that's if you're hitting them with a weakness. So Tifa's still doing physical damage, but because there's a lightning element attached to it, and that's what it's weak against, she just bypasses its physical resistance.
Probably wouldn't
Hey.
see
Okay. Biggs, please be on the top of this ladder.
Biggs is dead. Biggs is definitely dead.
Oh, god damn
I'm
it.
calling it. He's dead.
Biggs! Yo, Biggs!
Even after all that fighting, no one's coming for us?
No need. This is Shinra City. We probably have cameras everywhere.
Why didn't you say something sooner?
Way too late to bail now.
It's like walking a tightrope. When you're on it, only 2 ways off.
Better keep my balance.
You'd be good at it.
I wonder.
Almost there.
Tifa?
It's nothing. Just thinking about the next step. Didn't think I'd be this nervous.
Some things you never get used to.
Yeah.
Another thing I enjoy about this specific party is that the very, very few times Cloud is ever even slightly warm to somebody is only towards Tifa. Like he gave her a very minor compliment.
If you wanted to run away and join the circus, you probably wouldn't die.
Biggs. Hope he dead.
Mercy! Wait, Cloud. Where's Jesse and Wedge?
Report.
Topside's going nuts after some terrorists jumped off a train. Nice and quiet here, though. So quiet I had no trouble securing your route into the reactor.
You magnificent son of a bitch! Bring it in!
So, where are the others?
Man.
Jesse got hurt and couldn't
Cloud
make
is
it.
definitely rubbing off on
Bad?
Biggs.
Not so bad
He used
she
to
couldn't
love
rope in
hugs.
this guy.
Thanks for stepping up.
It's a job.
Worked out pretty good. You picking that train you did. While Shinra scours Sector 4, you could waltz right on into Sector 5. It's a bit of a squeeze, but it ought to get you where you need to go.
Little dark and foreboding for my taste.
Beggars can't be choosers. Oh, and you'll be needing your grappling guns, of course. All set?
Here my burlap
Ready to
sack
take
of
on the
money
world
from an
and
Old
then
West
some.
bank robbery.
Make sure everyone gets clear, okay?
Will do.
There's a gun in there too for Barrett.
How many puzzles could you have just undone with one of those?
I know.
Okay, y'all. Keep these grappling guns close. Secure them to your belt or whatever so you don't lose them. When we're done, we'll be using these babies to get down safe. All of us.
Also very fortuitous
Got
that
it.
this air duct is large enough to fit a man of Barrett's size within it. That still looks like a tight squeeze for him, though. Just a little bit.
It is his exact shape.